very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni nyine chineke n'oge ndị nsọ na-efe wee na isi ala nyine anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị onye kere ihe niile ekere eke ma ọ bụ onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị nsọ na-ekiri ha na isi ala mmiri ọbụladị ndị ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ha na-esi nsọ n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube gị ngozi tinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu wee baa isi obodo kwesịrị isi wee laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịte ma oge ebighị biko ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee dị ọsọ ọsọ na ụmụ ha daba na anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na-adịte ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche iwe etinye ụmụ ya ezi mmụọ nke isi anyị aka ajọ ihe mmụọ ndụ anyị gọzie aha nsọ isi ala bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise ise ise.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni nyine Chineke n'oge ndị nsọ na-efe wee na isi ala nyine anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị onye kere ihe niile ekere eke ma ọ bụ onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị nsọ na-ekiri ha na isi ala mmiri ọbụladị ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ha na-esi nsọ n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube gị ngozi tinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu wee baa isi obodo kwesịrị isi wee laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịte ma oge ebighị biko ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee dị ọsọ ọsọ na ụmụ ha daba na anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na-adịte ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche iwe etinye ụmụ ya ezi mmụọ nke isi maka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị. God ga-abụ dịpụtasị na Biafra gọzie aha nsọ isi ala bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise ise ise.
But you know what? They would like you to know that Samarikma is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I have to do in 5 years to come. Thank you.
The black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Some of you tried to do something about it with the End SARS protest, but some of us quickly, or should I say some of you quickly capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that the revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the End SARS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that will overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand and stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the president. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead, everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai like Atiku and the rest of them and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me. O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. Bondage in the zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason. We start this very evening by looking at the very laughable, I say laughable broadcast by Jubril. Must be defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the east, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the west. Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
what we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. and then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
We, the Biafrans, call the Finnish authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria has found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
Heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining. As many as have been able to join us, I appreciate every one of you that have been able to join us on this program this morning. We have come once again to do what we have vowed to continue to do. No matter the obstacles, no matter the temptations, no matter the hindrances, what we have already vowed that we will continue to do is what we are doing. And we will do it with all our strength, with all our mind, with all that is in us, no matter the restrictions. So I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are connecting from. Please like and share the program as we continue to speak and tell the world what is going on. Today we are going to be speaking on a very important topic, which says the big lie exposed. Igbo Muslims, Fulani Christians, Nigeria propaganda to hide genocide. Today we have decided to touch on this very program. It is a very new propaganda that Nigerian government is pushing to change the narrative and deceive the world. But it will be a very shameful thing that if we are still in this media and Nigerian government succeed in pushing that narrative and propaganda, we will not allow it to happen. For as long as some of us are still here in this media, we will not allow that to happen. We will continue to speak. We will continue to do things that we have to do. No matter how they try to hide us, how they try to restrict us, no matter the attack they give to our channels, we will continue to speak. Chukwu Okike Abiama has his way of carrying his message to those he wants to hear. And this message, more especially, is for those who think that they can be able to change the narrative, more especially the international communities, those who are not in that contraption, those from other part of the world, who they are deceiving by pushing the narrative of the Igbo Muslims and Fulani Christians. This is their latest strategy. The latest strategy to change the narrative, the latest strategy to divert attention, the latest strategy to make people believe something that does not exist. And we will not allow this, their strategy, to work. So we are going to try as much as possible in this program today to expose that lie that they have been telling, that propaganda. Igbo Muslims, Fulani Christians, it is a lie, a propaganda from the pit of hell. And the only target is to water down the already made program by Chukwu Okike Abiama to save his people. They want to water down that program with all different kinds of narrative, all different kinds of agenda, and we will not allow it to happen. No matter how they try, we will not allow it. So we have come today to touch on this very topic. So as you join on this program, it is important that you allow others also to get this information so that this information can reach to everyone that needs to be reached, can touch everyone that needs to be touched, because it is important. These are the topics that we're supposed to focus on because of the narrative that Nigerian government is trying to create that does not exist. It is a destructive strategy. You know, I spoke in my New Year program, I say this year, it will not be about noise making. It will be about strategy and giving the right message. Strategy and giving the right message. It should not be about noise making. It should not be about sympathy. It should not be about propaganda. It should be about facts. That is why we are starting on that note in this year. And on this program, we are going to expose the lie of Igbo Muslims and Fulani Christians, which does not exist anywhere. So my fellow people of the world that are watching, wherever you are watching from, wherever you are connecting from around the world, I want you to understand that today's broadcast is not just a speculation. Some might see it as speculation, but it is not. What you are going to see in this program, or what you're going to hear in this program, is not a speculation. They are facts. All I ask you is to be patient, follow us step by step, and in the course of this very program, if you have any contribution to make, or you have any reason to join us and present your own argument, maybe you have a superior argument, it is welcome. If you have a superior argument, you can equally join us, present your superior argument, and convince the world on what you have in mind or what your point is. Today's broadcast is not just a speculation, it is not rumor. I am not speaking based on rumor or speculation. It is a straight exposure of a dangerous propaganda. A dangerous propaganda operation currently being deployed by the Nigerian state. This is the current propaganda that is being deployed by Nigerian state. And so many of us are not paying attention. So many of us, we are not paying, more especially Biafrans, we are not paying attention. What you are witnessing right now, the sudden promotion of so-called Igbo Muslims and Fulani Christians, is not social evolution. It is information warfare. That is where we are today. Information warfare. The caliphate, the Janjaweed, Nigerian government are doing this so well. And that is why they have targeted those of us that are focused. Those of us that have focused on this, their propaganda and agenda, trying to follow them bomber to bomber in all their narratives. They attack our platforms, they attack our views, they make sure that people don't come to see what we are saying or what we are doing. But that will not deter us. The job we are doing is the job that have given to us by Chukwu Okikabema himself. And we have given ourselves as an instrument to do it, not for any gain, but to make sure that the truth is out there. If it is for gain, I will not be talking about Biafra by now. If it's for financial gain or any position or anything, I will not be speaking about Biafra. Every single thing I'm doing is because I have conviction within myself that it is the right thing to do. And I have chosen to do it freely, willingly, from my heart. That is why I continue to do it. So what you are witnessing right now, the sudden promotion of so-called Igbo Muslims and Fulani Christians, is not social evolution. Never. They paint it to be social evolution. It is not. What you are hearing and what you are seeing is information warfare. They want to change the narrative by all means necessary to water down the action that is coming from the global community. They want to water down the action that is coming from, more especially, the United States of America. They want to water down the focus on Nigerian genocide against the Christians and the Biafrans. That is why you are hearing a sudden promotion of so-called Igbo Muslim that doesn't exist anywhere, and Fulani Christian that it doesn't exist anywhere. And if this lie is not exposed immediately, if we do not put our hands together and begin to fight these lies now, it will succeed in doing exactly what it was designed to do. That is why we must pay attention. We must continue to pay attention to every single lie they tell. It is very dangerous when we don't pay attention. We are carried away with irrelevant issues. If this lie they are telling you, the lie of the Igbo Muslim community and the Fulani Christian community, if this lie is not exposed immediately, if people do not rise up, the Biafra more especially, if it do not rise up to expose this immediately, it will succeed in doing exactly what it was designed to do. And those things that it was designed to do is diffuse international pressure, confuse global observers, and weaken accountability. That is the strategy they have been deployed. And I bet you the people that are writing this script are the British. The Fulani Janjaweed and the Caliphate are not smart enough to write this script. They are not intelligent enough to play this script. The people that are the master of this script that is in play today is the British. They draw it down and they hand it over to the Nigerian government to continue to play. As we speak, it is not time for bickering. It is not time for personal attack. It is not time for division. It is not time for distraction. We must focus on exposing this lie from the pit of hell. The lie of the Igbo Muslim society and the Fulani Christian society. It does not exist anywhere. Such is a big lie that doesn't exist. We must not allow them to get away with that lie. Because if this lie is not exposed, if it succeeds in doing exactly what it was designed to do, it is going to be bad for us. The international pressure is going to diffuse. It is going to confuse global observers. Even as we speak, so many global observers are already confused. That is why we need to use this program. Share it to go viral. Add your own program. Speak in your own platform. If you can come online and speak, it is very important. They want to weaken accountability. As I spoke yesterday I talked about the new era. In the new era, accountability is a must. You can't escape it. In the new world order, Nigerian government cannot escape accountability. Today, in order to escape accountability, you see the strategies they are bringing. One of the strategies they want to use to escape accountability and being held responsible is this Igbo Muslim community and Fulani Christian community. That is a very big lie. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that all of a sudden this narrative is making wave? This narrative is going viral. People are coming out, volunteering and talking about this. And they are claiming, you see an Igbo person claiming to be a Muslim, and they are having a community. All of a sudden, you see videos, oh, Fulani Christians, they are holding crusade in their forest. With the state of the insecurity in Nigeria, where Christians cannot even worship in their churches in the city, that Fulani Muslims are holding crusade in the forest. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Have you asked yourself, why this sudden narrative? Why this sudden narrative? Ask yourself, why this sudden narrative? Why? Why? What is going on? Have you ever taken time to ask yourself? Ask yourself, why now? Why this narrative being aggressively pushed at this exact moment in history? Why? Nigeria is under intensifying international scrutiny, particularly from the United States and global human rights institutions, over religious persecution, targeted violence, and mass insecurity. Pressure is mounting. Questions are being asked. Evidence is accumulating. And when a system cannot defend its action with facts, it results to confusion. It results to confusion, and that is what you are seeing in Nigeria today. That is what the Nigerian government is doing today, to create a confusion, making the world to believe there is something called Igbo Muslim community that is under oppression. There is nothing called Igbo Muslim community. There is nothing that exists on this planet Earth as Igbo Muslim community. It doesn't exist. Fulani Christian community does not exist anywhere. It does not exist. That is a lie from the pit of hell. But they have continued to push this narrative and push it, and gradually it is getting ground. It will get ground if you keep silent, you don't talk. If I remain silent, if I listen to the bully, those who bully my platform, who attack me privately, openly, on different, and if I fall behind to the threat that is coming, they will succeed. But because people like us will not keep silent, we will never be silent. It does not matter what they do. This their confusion will not work. Confusion is a strategy, in case you don't know. The confusion you are seeing today is deliberate. Confusion is useful to a government that has failed, like that of Nigeria today. They have resorted to confusion. When truth becomes dangerous, propaganda becomes policy. When truth becomes dangerous to a tyrannic government, propaganda becomes a policy. And that is what you have in Nigeria today. One of those heavy propaganda that is ongoing now is the Igbo Muslim community and the Fulani Christian community. There is nothing of such. It does not exist. It does not exist. I am not speaking out of rumor. I am not speaking out of emotion. This is facts that you can verify by yourself. There is nothing of such. It doesn't exist anywhere. Every one of us knows that anybody that is from that zoological republic called Nigeria, from that contraption, knows that Igbos are not Muslims. They are not. They have never been, and they are not ready to be. The Igbos are mainly Christians and some traditionalists. Even the Jewish Biafrans, the Jewish Igbos, they are also Christians. At the point that they were Christians, later now they shifted to become Jewish. Our spirituality does not go in hand with what Muslim represents. It cannot survive alongside with the Muslim religion. It cannot. There is no way you can paint it. So whenever you see anybody presenting him or herself as an Igbo Muslim, we see somebody claiming to have an Igbo Muslim community, that is madness, propaganda, and lie from the pit of hell. These are paid agents to push this propaganda in order to change narrative and create impression. It is important we point out this fact. It is a fact, a verifiable fact. The Igbos, everybody that knows the story of Nigeria knows who they are, including the British that is writing this script. They know that we are not. I can bet you, even the people they are giving money to come and speak and say they are Muslims, even those Igbos who they are paying, deep down in their heart, they know they are not. And after speaking on camera, meet them privately, they will tell you they are not. They have never been, and they will not be. But as you know, the game of cash. Just like somebody revealed in the past, there was a video I played in one of my programs where somebody was revealing that one of the strategies they want to deploy in Biafra land to Islamize Biafra land is finance. They want to push as much money as they can. They will push money. They will push money as much. That is why they first of all destroy your properties, destroy your goods, destroy your business, impoverish you, then give you option on how to rise again by borrowing from them, by taking money from them. All this are strategies put in place to make sure they have a foot in Biafra. But I tell you, Biafra land is not for sale. Igbo culture and Islam has nothing in common, and two of them cannot coexist. Our spirituality cannot be able to manage Islam. Christianity was able to survive in Igbo land because Christianity is also based on spirituality, which is not by force. It's about spirituality that you can make a choice on what you want. It has to do with free will to decide, take decisions by yourself. If you want to be a Christian or you don't want to be. How you want to worship God or which God you want to worship, it's up to you. That is why Christianity was able to have a foothold in Igbo land and continue to have up to today. But in the other way around, Islam and Igbo spirituality has nothing in common. They are two different things altogether that can never meet. But when you see these people push this propaganda today, you must not keep silent. Every one of us must begin to shout and add their voice. There is nothing like Igbo Muslim community. It doesn't exist. Just like when they present the Fulani Christian community, there is nothing of such. The Fulanis we know are Muslims and they are nomadics. They are Muslims and they are nomadic. In a Nigeria that is very secure, more than insecure than anything you can think of, the most insecure country in the world. The cities are not safe for Christians. The cities are not safe for Christians. How can you convince me that there is one Christian community in thick forest, a Fulani Christian community in a thick forest, where they are worshiping and praising and having it all? This is a propaganda from the pit of hell. And we must expose it and expose it for what it is. Do not be silent. When truth becomes dangerous, propaganda becomes a policy. Today, the only thing that Nigeria is holding on to stand is propaganda. And if we keep silent, their propaganda will succeed. But if we engage that propaganda with truth, it will not survive the other day. Let us be clear and factual. The Igbo people, historically and culturally, are predominantly Christians and traditionalists. That is whom we are. This is fact. This is fact. There is no two ways about it. It is not propaganda. It is not rumor. It is a fact. The Igbo people historically and culturally are predominantly Christians and traditionalists. This is documented. Verify by yourself. Make research. It is documented. This is sociological fact that you can see with your eyes. This is historical reality that nobody can deny. This is a historical reality that nobody can deny. The Fulani people, historically and culturally, are predominantly Muslim and nomadic. Again, documented, established, and globally recognized. Now, listen carefully. Acknowledging this reality is not hatred. These are reality. Acknowledging this reality of life is not hatred. When you say the Igbo people are Christians and traditionalists, and you say that a Fulani man is a Muslim and a nomadic, it is not a hate speech. It is not hateful. It is not. It is not hatred. It is not. It is a reality that must be accepted. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how it sounds in your ear. It is a reality that must be accepted. It is not exclusion. When we speak about this reality, it is not exclusion. And it is not discrimination in any form, shape, or manner. It is not discrimination. It is truth. The truth, and only but the truth. And we must continue to speak this truth. It doesn't matter how it sounds in your ears. It doesn't matter how the truth, whether if it hurts you or not, it doesn't make a difference. It will not stop us from telling the truth. It is a truth that you cannot deny. Nothing but the truth. But when a government is being accused of allowing or enabling religiously targeted violence, truth becomes inconvenient. So what do? They attempt to collapse identity distinctions so that observers can now no longer clearly identify patterns, victims, or responsibility. Now you understand why you are hearing all of a sudden the narrative of Igbo Muslim community, Fulani Christian community, intentionally trying to create that confusion that doesn't exist. The Nigerian government is calculatively, with the direction of the British to keep their empire, playing this game you are seeing today. They attempt to collapse identity distinctions. They know that the Igbos are Christians. They know that the Fulanis are Muslims. They know that the Igbos are traditionalists. They know that the Fulanis are nomadic. But they try to collapse identity distinctions so that observers can no longer clarify. They can no longer clearly identify patterns. they can't identify victims or responsibility. They will now tell you, oh, there are Christians, there are Igbos, there are Fulanis, there are Christians. So why do you say Fulanis are attacking the Christians? Why do you talk about Christian persecution? So in a nutshell, that this thing is just a chaos in the country where everybody is being attacked, thereby removing the attention of the world from the main plan, which is to Islamize Nigeria through genocide. This is a calculated attempt and strategy that we must pay attention to. If you find yourself in that contraption called Nigeria and you are not paying attention, I don't care where you come from, whether you are a Biafran, whether you are from the northern part of Nigeria, whether you are from the middle belt, whether you are from Oduduwala, wherever you come from, you must pay attention to this lie. It is not going to serve you any better. Some of you will ignore it because you feel that whoever is in charge of the zoo today is your brother or your sister. Or maybe because you are getting one thing or the other, you decide to turn a blind eye to a fact and reality that is existing. It is going to come back to haunt you. It will definitely come back to haunt you. It doesn't matter what you feel, what you think, or how you think about it. It will come back to haunt you. That is why it is essential that we speak when we have the opportunity. That is why it is important that we speak whenever we have the opportunity to speak. Don't be silent. You don't know who is going to be the victim next. Many people in the past who have denied the genocide in Nigeria ended up becoming victims. The victors of today might be victims tomorrow. The victims today were victors yesterday. And the victims yesterday were victors the day before yesterday. It's a question of time. You don't know who is going to be next. That is why we must speak up when they bring up this narrative that does not exist. This is not inclusion. This is not inclusion in any way. It is called obfuscation. It is obfuscation, trying to cause confusion and create things that doesn't exist, thereby confusing everybody. Some of you do not pay attention on how these propagandas work. You must pay attention, because if we don't pay attention and challenge this propaganda, it is going to cause the damage that we cannot be able to repair. Propaganda does not announce itself. You need to identify it. Propaganda does not announce itself. You need to identify it. That is why so many of us have been able to identify the propaganda that the Nigerian government is pushing today, the Igbo Muslims and the Fulani Christians. It is a propaganda from the pit of hell. We have identified it, and everybody has to pull their hand on the deck and fight it to a standstill. That narrative will never fly because it doesn't exist. Propaganda does not announce itself. It enters quietly through opinion articles, through talking points, through social media amplification, through experts and analysts. And what I have just listed today is the means they are using to smuggle in this very propaganda, this very lie that does not exist. The Igbo Muslim community and the Fulani Christian community. A lie from the pit of hell does not exist. And these are the strategies they are using to smuggle this lie in. They enter quietly, just as they have put this one forward. Through their opinion articles, you see them writing many articles. People writing about the Igbo community, writing programs, speaking about the Igbo Muslim community. People coming out to testify, oh, they are Muslims, they are Igbos, they are being marginalized. This is how they smuggle this propaganda. Talking points. Today, all of a sudden, at this critical point in time, The talking point in most platforms today is the Igbo Muslim community and the Fulani Christians. It has gone viral to become a talking point. They have used social media to amplify it. You saw one that came out on Twitter and was talking, not knowing that she's not an Igbo girl even. The lady is not an Igbo, is a Yoruba girl, a Yoruba Muslim lady, claiming to be an Igbo lady, pushing out information on the platform on X that she is an Igbo Muslim, persecuted, and all whatnot, saying all manner of things, encouraging some other people to come and join her. This is madness. And the people that are sponsoring this is the federal government of Nigeria to create confusion. You see some people who claim to be experts, those who claim to be analysts, begin to twist the truth and tell you things. People you think you trust, people you think you believe in their judgment, they come out and they begin to spill lies, tell you things that doesn't exist anywhere. And we have seen very many of them, lots and lots of them. Its goal is not to convince everyone. Its goal is to create doubt. The goal of this propaganda is not to convince everybody to believe, because they know people know, but they want to create that doubt in the mind of the international community and those who are mounting pressure today, focusing on the genocide against the Christians. They want to create that doubt in their heart. You begin to doubt and say, oh, since there are Igbo Muslims who are being persecuted, and there are Fulani Christians who are being persecuted, that it is not right to begin to attach this to a religion or a people or a name. It is just a normal thing or what, I don't know what. This is to create confusion and create doubt in the mind of people who are supposed to come to the aid of the persecuted. You see why it is important that we pay attention to this very lie from the pit of hell that is being pushed out today in Nigeria. There is nothing wrong in choosing the religion you want to belong to. There's nothing wrong in choosing the life you want to be, but not by lying. Every one of us know what the Igbos stand for, their culture. Igbos are predominantly almost 100% Christians and traditionalists. That's what they are. You can't describe them with any other thing apart from that. And that is where their spirituality lies. Any other religion you try to attach to them is just a waste of time, because it doesn't go with their culture, with their belief, and they will not accept it. Igbos can never act. You cannot intimidate an Igbo person to accept nonsense. It doesn't exist anywhere. I don't know how we are going to say it before they understand. It doesn't work. But they know that this is not possible. The only thing they are doing is to create confusion, to create doubt. Because when doubt exists, urgency disappears. We are in a time when the world is urgent. They are urgent to take action. The United States, what especially, putting Nigeria as a country of particular concern, have made it more urgent, much more urgent than ever, that action should be taken to save the Christian community in Nigeria. Now, in order to water down that action, they create doubt. Because when doubt exists, urgency disappears. When urgency disappears, pressure weakens. When pressure weakens, accountability collapses. Now, do you understand why it is important that we must speak up and attack this lie from the pit of hell? You will see it, and you see it as an ordinary thing. It is not ordinary. That is why it is a challenge that is facing every indigenous person in Nigeria. It doesn't matter where you are. Don't think that it's an assignment for the Biafrans alone. No. We, the Biafrans, already know our assignment, and we are not relenting. We are focusing on following them head on in all angles. We are following them bomber to bomber. But you out there, regardless where you're coming from, the Christians in the northern part of Nigeria, The persecuted people in the northern part of Nigeria, in the west, in the middle belt, anywhere, you must speak up. Not to allow this doubt to come. Speak against this lie of Fulani Christians and Igbo Muslims. This is a lie from the pit of hell. There is nothing of such. Fulani Christian community, Igbo Muslim community, it does not exist. The only target is to create doubt. And when doubt exists, urgency disappears. When urgency disappears, pressure weakens. When pressure weakens, accountability collapses. There is need for us to pay attention. Don't say it doesn't concern you. It concerns every indigenous person in that contraption that wants to be free. The urgency have already started. They want to weaken it. They want to create doubt. They want to slow it down. Don't allow it. This is why narrative is dangerous. This is why we must pay attention. Whenever they create this, their evil narrative, we will fight it and bring it down. It is dangerous. If you keep silent, this narrative can cause a damage that you cannot be able to repair. It might destroy all the hope we have had, with all the effort that the United States have put in place. If we allow this very narrative to fly, it might end up destroying everything. Don't say it doesn't matter. It matters a lot. And that is why we have chosen to speak about it today. And I urge many other media, every Biafran, to speak on this topic. Not because of religion. Not because of ethnicity. But because it is designed to erase clarity at a moment when clarity is essential. That is why we must speak against this very narrative of Igbo Muslims and Fulani Christians. It is a very dangerous narrative. Not because of religion, not because of ethnicity, but because it is designed to erase clarity. You know, the world operates based on clarity, based on facts, not on sentiment and pity. No? The United States is not going to take any action based on sentiment or pity or whatever. They are going to take the action based on what is on the ground that they have seen. And that is why we must fight this and fight it to a standstill. We must not keep silent, no matter how bad it is. Do not be silent. Because it is designed to erase clarity at a moment when clarity is essential. The United States Global Institution and Human Rights Organization must understand this clearly. They must understand this clearly. Identity manipulation is being used to evade responsibility in Nigeria. This is what is going on now. Identity manipulation. That is why you are hearing this narrative of Igbo Muslim community, Fulani Christian community that doesn't exist anywhere. Their target is to manipulate the identity of the people, to evade responsibility. The evidence did not suddenly become random. The victim did not suddenly become undefined. The perpetrators did not suddenly disappear. What changed is the messaging. They are changing it gradually. The message is changing. And this script is written by experts in the UK, the British, not a Janjaweed. And messaging changes when pressure works. That alone tells you everything you need to know. The pressure is mounting, and the pressure is very high. That is why they are looking on all measures to weaken the pressure. And we are sending a warning to the architect of this lie. We know where it is coming from. A warning to them. to those engineering this propaganda, the propaganda of Igbo Muslim community and Fulani Christian community. You cannot rewrite reality to escape justice. Never. You cannot edit history to silence victims. It will not happen. You cannot manufacture confusion forever. You have done it for a very long time. The world has seen these tactics before. And history is not kind to regime that choose deception over reform. Truth has a way of surviving power. Truth has a way of resurfacing. Truth has a way of outliving propaganda. And that is what is going to happen. As long as we are not silent, as long as we are still here talking and doing what we have to do, they will never succeed. That is why every day we have to come here and call to the consciousness of, more especially the Biafran people and all the indigenous people in Nigeria. Don't think it's just an assignment for the Biafran. It is not just for Biafrans alone. Wherever you are, you have your own responsibility. To Africans at home and in diaspora, to journalists, analysts, diplomats, and observers, this is the moment to pay attention. Silence is not neutrality. Confusion is not innocence. And propaganda only succeeds when truth is perceived. We must name deception when we see it. Like the one we are seeing today. The one we are seeing that they call the Igbo Muslim community and the Fulani Christian community. We must name deception when we see it. We must document it. We must expose it. That is how to fight it, and we will continue to do so. And I thank you that many people are already on this topic, on different platforms, undistracted, speaking out, bringing out instances and evidences. And we must continue until we overcome this very challenge as we have overcome the rest, the ones that came previously. My fellow Biafrans, we must be strong. We must be ready to face the battle ahead of us. And by the special grace of Chukwu, we shall overcome. You're welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining, bro Christian.
Good morning, brother Chus. Morning.
You're welcome, my brother.
Yes, thank you so much. Actually, I don't have good network in the place where I am now until about Sunday, but I feel the need, the urgency to come in so as to commend you for emphasizing more on this raging issue now. So I truly feel the need to come and encourage you to be on it, and every other Biafrans on YouTube, on wherever, Facebook, wherever, we must, because this is how they push a narrative that is false. Okay?
Exactly. Yes.
Right. So we know what it's all about. We know. Because at the end of the day, it's all a plan, a targeted plan to make sure that the agenda works. They are touching everything, everywhere. They are pressing every button for that one singular agenda. That is to the Fulani Caliphate and their supporters globally. They are doing everything possible to keep all Nigerians locked in, every part of Nigeria locked in it for their own taking, for that Islamization. That is just as simple as that. That is just a clear movement. People must wake up to this reality. No, now they have their agents all over the place, like Asari, who is from Niger Delta, who says Igbo. They are all on that part, because at the end of the day is that Islamization. That is the key point. They are doing everything possible to make sure. So they are bringing this narrative of Fulani Christian, where all of a sudden, and Igbo this thing, that is just not true, So we must debunk it to the brim. We must come against it. So that is primarily why I'm coming in. I'm surprised that I'm able to talk now. I hope you are hearing me right.
Very, very clear. You are very clear.
Okay, because this network where I am is so unstable and so uncertain, but thank goodness. So there's also a guy in the United States, is I think they say either in-law, sort of in relative to Donald Trump, is an in-law, stuff like that. I'm trying to remember his name. His name was mentioned recently. He's a Lebanese, right? Maybe a Lebanese, Nigerian, whatever. So you see, these are the people, because that agenda of is making Nigeria, the entirety of Nigeria, an Islamic entity, is a move that has been in the works for years, for decades. They've invested so much, they've so much time, resources, everything, that going back is not going to be an easy thing, and we must resist, because we know what the consequence will eventually be if we allow it. If it happens, we know the consequence. So we must, every Biafran on wherever platform, you must speak about it until the people get to understand that this is some of their tactics. This is their playbook. Exactly. They use every avenue. So this guy now, because he's related to Trump, these are the people watering down the atrocities, the genocide that goes on in Nigeria, saying that it's not Christian genocide. They are whispering it into the ears of Trump. But unfortunately, thank goodness, we have other people too also letting Trump to know that this is exactly what it is, undiluted. It's Christian genocide, like Congressman Moore, that guy, that brother, God bless people like that, who has come out recently to say that if there was any doubt that this is Christian genocide, here is your answer. When the ISWAP and the rest of them declare that if you're a Christian in Nigeria, you have to convert to Islam or you lose your life. So these are clear indication. At the same time, we must continue to try to push on our own, because the enemies are very unrelenting. At the United Nations, they have for many years planted their own seed there. You know that lady Amina, something they put at UN?
Yes. She's still there.
So you see that this is no joke. This is serious stuff. This is between life and existential. What this Fulani is, they came with strong emission, and we really in every area, every angle, everyone must continue. But like you said, thank goodness people are waking up, because their pattern is very obvious. You can see the way they roll. That's how they use all the time to emasculate other people and take over. And the fact that they are not even ashamed or scared to be doing it in this daylight, in this 24th century with internet.
24th century, openly, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't really care. So you can see how adamant they can be that everything is in the open in the world. Yet they still continue to push this narrative. They plant them at AU, African Union, at ECOWAS, at UN, everywhere. And they have this guy now who is a Lebanese, because for them, the preference is to see Nigeria become Islamized. That is their core preference. So I just came in, like I said, to thank you on this, but I don't know how long this network will stay with me, but I will be here for at least until on Sunday, then I can really guarantee network. But anytime I'm able to come in, I will come in to support in the awareness, because we have to continue to push. We cannot relent. The fact that Nnamdi Kanu has made all of us known all these things, all these years.
Yes.
Nnamdi Kanu put everything on the line to awaken people of the.
This is one of the reasons why they silenced Nnamdi Kanu and took him far away to Sokoto so that he would not be visited and no information will be coming from him.
100%. The terrorist Nigerian government have a strong hand in the Islamization of entire Nigeria. I don't care what anybody says. The truth of the matter is that Tinubu, under him, because he is the one in charge, they have strong hand in the Islamization of Nigeria. But the gullible people, they fail to connect the dots. Just because he's a Yoruba, just because the wife is Christian, forget it. This is pure tactical movement these guys are playing. Tinubu have a hand in it. It's an agreement that has been reached long time that Nigeria should be Islamite, but we thank God also for this time we live in, where we have voices in the highest authorities speaking out against it. So we must continue to play our own part too, because at the end, if we don't, it's our generation to come that will bear the brunt. They will be completely annihilated and emasculated. It's already there, because we see what goes on in the country. It will get worse if we don't act, if things doesn't change. All we ask is to be on our own. We don't ask anything. We don't ask them to give us anything. Just leave us alone. We are not one people, but you attempt to come and take over our place, our culture, our tradition, our everything, and desecrate it. That we will not give in. We will never give in on that. So, my brother, Odiegu, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. And because of what you just touched now, I got a video from, you can remember, one of those guys from Yelwata that is in the United States, making waves also, moving forward for all this. I got his video where he said exactly what you just talked about now. That was what he was complaining on that video. Let's just listen to him, what he has to say.
Okay,
exactly
all right.
What he just said.
Okay.
So, guys, we're in real trouble. I've seen quite a number of trouble, man. You see, the world is dominated by darkness. The entire world is dominated by darkness. But we know confidently that light will prevail at the end of the day. And if you want to know how deep this darkness is, how dark the darkness is, how black the darkness is, you have to check the strategy used by these jihadist groups. These guys are just so dark. And especially what is happening in Nigeria. These guys have permeated a lot of sectors in the United States to diffuse the truth of what is happening in Nigeria. They framed so many narratives to obscure the patterns of the systematic genocide against Christians in Nigeria.
Okay.
And of course, one of the persons they've been using is Masad Bulus, the special envoy to President Trump.
That's the guy. That's the guy, bro.
Africa. He's an in-law to President Trump. That guy is a Lebanese.
This is exactly what you said. That is what he's trying to narrate there.
Exactly. You see?
The same thing we are crying about. They are trying to change the narrative, but there is no length these people cannot go.
Yeah. And Massachusetts, you remember that Ape-Face Abati, in one of these videos, maybe a month or before Christmas, precisely, he came out to say that Tinubu should engage in lobbyists in America. Yes. Should engage lobbyists in America. That no matter the amount, no matter the cost, he has to embark on it. This is part of it. This is part of it. What Tinubu is doing is spending, because the money is limitless. They have limitless resources to embark on lobbies, different people from different angles to water down what is happening in Nigeria. We know that. We know that for a fact. And it's not ready to fight and to stop what is going on. Yeah. What they do is they come out on newspapers, on TV stations, and talk that Tinubu has given order to do this. It's lie. That the Nigerian military has bombed this, they have captured. It's all lies. But people are falling for it. That is the unfortunate aspect of it. Tinubu government, they are all in it. The agenda is Islamization. But thank goodness, we are following them. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
And he has so many business ties with some of these very strong politicians in Nigeria, starting from those in Lagos up to Kano. And so he's just been selling their narrative that what is happening in Nigeria is not genocide, it's just general killings of everybody, and that Muslims are even more killed in numbers than Christians. You know, he has his own narrative of using what is happening in Borno and what is happening in Sokoto, and and these other guys in Nigeria, the Fulani oligarch who have been orchestrating this, they've been increasing the level of insecurity in Nigeria, especially in their places. And so they've been sacrificing their guys just to paint the narrative that Muslims are being killed in numbers.
Exactly. Both side narrative.
This is a very big point that this guy made.
Yeah, but you
These
see,
people
remember
are
that
ready to sacrifice it. He said that they have orchestrated another means now to sacrifice their own people just to make sure to choose the narrative they are preaching.
Jesus Christ. It's like
what is going on now that this guy is confessing. This is what is going on now.
Wow.
They sacrifice the life of their own people just to make sure that narrative of Christians are killing, Muslims are killing, to make sure that narrative moves.
Brajus, it just seemed like when brain, like brain A and brain C kind of collide. I have said in some time ago in your platform that what they are trying to play is the game of both sides. Yes. They are so readily and willingly to sacrifice their own people. I didn't use the word sacrifice. Yeah, because for them it makes no difference though. Life for them, if you die, they are already promised to go to paradise and have virgin and have this. So this is their mindset. So they are willing to sacrifice their people so that to neutralize the notion and say it's both sides. In fact, that Muslims are being killed more. But we know that there's no length, there's no level they will not go to achieve their agenda. It will be a huge blow. In fact, a body blow if they fail to capture the entirety of Nigeria and Islamize it. It will be a huge blow because they invested so much. I can only say thank you, who ran it in heaven and on earth. Because trust me, if we don't have the type of administration we have now in the United States, like it's a walk in the park, like it's a walk in, like oh my goodness, like it's done, over and out. Odiego.
It should have been over. Donald Trump is just the last card.
Yeah.
After they have succeeded in removing Mazin Nandekano, they suspended Mazin Simon Ekpa, removed him.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is the only last card. There is nothing against standing on their way. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And the Massachusetts, you know that they are in need with the European, the globalist. Come jisike swear no Igbo. Adi amama. What I go? Because sometimes I code what I go. So if you dika Finland we collaborate here with India always to jido our PM because someone another ago they can nam they can. So Finland they will collaborate. Hanina agree on this thing. The way you do make or no. But if not you have a way of doing his own thing because why you tell you now. I get tiwa European Union, this NATO, I got now. Because when if you catch you over, what I go Trump is not gay will over Finland or small island what I go now. Trump's not gay will here, but Achoroko will here, Finland Achoro, UK, Hanine Achoroko will here, but only the power you will here. And all will here, if I get to buy among them that the center will be broken. How do Chino Achibe say the things fall apart? The center can oh better more because in the annoa me bogo anye me la anya joy fe. Ndị Europe and Chineke ga-akpọ I'm telling you, and British nubanye ha we welu Simon our PM mechia ọnụ nọ mechia Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu ha kidnap a prime international crime was committed against Nnamdi Kanu. Achọrọ ikwu okwu Britain oji akwụkwọ British ka ọ bụ emechi ọnụ ana instead. So if na ndị anụwa God have a way of paying people back. It doesn't matter. O weta nwoke man no bụ Trump ka otisa ka ọgba tieli ezigbo agba aghara because Chineke ga-akpọ ndị ọkụ my dear brother. Let's continue.
My brother, you might not be feeling ka a na-ekwu online.
Exactly.
Enwere the deal Maazị Samuel Gwade supposed to sign before ndị Amuri Ifa. People don't have an idea. If I will find a broadcast online, I'm a program. I will find a be online program. But some of those things are so many things I am on a matter time that I will feel a program now.
Yes.
And at that time, oh my God. Oh, you have to say like this.
Simon Ekwe teaching in place. And when a deal or suppose it was something not supposed to sign, and when a deal not supposed to sign. Okay, and I won't sign that thing. Have if I'm not going to be rubbish now.
Yeah.
And if I one of the major things, how do we move go fast? We're here because
Yeah.
they were aware.
Exactly.
If it's Chabo inside the thing, we are ready. The people I sign the thing with him, we agree. Every agreement with the country and the will set.
Yeah.
If it's good date before I take going out.
Yeah.
So,
Oya ko jibuna ekpere mmụọ bụ ka ọgba aghara niile nsogbu niile ha na-enwe ka o si bụ na afụrụ onye nwa nwoke ma afụrụ ya n'anya ịghọtago onwe ndị a hate Trump no you can't even begin to imagine so ekpere m bụ na ife ọ na-eme si mesibi ya ike ka etipịa maka ndị anụ a bụ ndị ọlụ ekwensu and Britain bụ this arrowhead but now ndị anụ a na nwoke mere ha dị ka cat and dog Chineke mesia ya ike ka etipịa yes even nke Greenland anụ a bụkwa another one amaro ana-ajụ ha
don't worry we'll take all the action.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, if I'm not in position in your tomorrow, see Kunia Jewelia because delay is dangerous. The more you procrastinate, Jewelia, if I game nothing. Only a becha yellow here, Jewelia is for the security, is like guarantee of the safety of America. So yeah, Jewelia, if I game, we were KJ Nusu America, we were the power. What do you my brother?
Offer Trump offer as national security threat to United States.
Yeah, Ozbo.
Go after it. Don't mind anybody. Don't seek for any support or any approval. Go after it.
The
best way to maintain peace in this war and make people also be relevant. People to be able to focus on their own region. Be whom you want to be.
After Johan job bad. Hey, a genocide naga. Actually, Maruda.
They don't want to know.
Good. Year in, year out.
They are pushing in Nigeria. The script was written by the British. All found this script.
100%. 100%.
I don't get this kind of sense. Where they get that?
100%. 100%. On over there. Off far. Yeah.
They did the script.
Yeah.
And they play. They push them. You can even read the Igbo Muslims.
Imagine.
Igbo Muslim community, Fulani Christian community. Not can there be Fulani Christian community? There be Fulani take over the forest. Even the churches in the city are not existing. How much more in the forest?
Oh yeah. Okay.
The churches in the street, in the main city are not surviving in the north.
Yeah. Audio.
Like what Hamas is doing, how they sacrifice their women, their children, gather them around where they've been using as launching pads to attack Israel, and when Israel bombs out places, they use that propaganda of saying Israel is bombing children and women. So that is exactly what these guys are doing. So it goes to show you that the government is not really serious in their effort to tackle this genocide. To clear these people from our bushes, from our communities, and to return our people to their ancestral land so that they can continue their businesses and continue their lives. The government is not serious. You see, these people, like I keep saying, they've penetrated our security architecture. That is so difficult to remove. It's a form of entanglement. They are just everywhere. And they've been using some of our own rulers.
Yeah.
And so a lot of our people always feel that the best thing for them is just to keep quiet on this. They cannot be able to fight this. Let them get their own personal benefits and their own political benefits and move on. That is the unfortunate part of our story. The people who we thought our leaders are moles to these people, are allies to these people, are co-conspirators to these people. And so it's quite difficult. The darkness is too loud. The darkness.
Bro Christian.
Yeah.
Do you know that do you remember when this idiot in Igbo land, this Atoese, when he went to Venezuela to go and sign oil deal, did you remember?
Yes.
That was last year. I think it was last year. He went and signed an oil deal contract in Venezuela.
It was last year.
With this Maduro.
It was last.
I think last year.
Yeah.
Today, everything is reversing back. The secret behind that deal and the other money laundering and drug issue there in that very thing is now coming out gradually.
Yeah.
Mad people everywhere.
Yeah.
These are the people you think these are the people you think that will come and support Biafra.
They don't. Yeah, bought and sold. Completely bought and sold. If I'm 24/7, this guy, I don't know. And the only broke on you, or middle base, cover.
Oh, how is it?
No, this very guy in that video.
This very guy is from Middle Belt now, from Yelwata.
Yeah, but the irony is that. Yeah, the irony is that you can clearly see, even in Aineku, more like a copycat, if you will, because this is exactly what it is. That
what we are saying is what this guy narrating from the US, the same thing.
Yeah. So these so-called leaders, they don't represent the interests of the people. So they are including the chiefs, because this whole game has been on for a long time. They masterminded, they master the artery, the art of what is happening. So, and it's not going to be easy, but I believe that because we have the righteousness on our side when it comes to this issue, we will prevail, no matter how it's going to take, because even Chuko Kabiam have seen that we did these people no wrong. Biafra, Ndi Igbo primarily is the object. If I have a Christian genocide, is Igbo, is Biafra. I'm telling you, that is the cocoa, that is the foundational of the whole thing, because it started with us, and it's because it's also we that has been there like a wage against them, carrying out their agenda of dipping Quran in the Atlantic. So this whole thing is just incredible what is going on. But we must continue to speak, because these leaders who were put there, they will be held accountable as things goes. I have said this several, it's going to get worse before it will get better, because the government in Nigeria, they are just part and parcel of the problem. I don't know why, and the media are part of it too. The media too.
The media is even the worst. The media,
they are worse.
Like this narrative we are talking about, they are the one pushing the narrative.
Exactly.
Present it to Abati in their studio. Abati will tell you how many Igbos are Muslims. How they are Igbo Muslims. Even the Igbo Muslims have been persecuted. That was the day he was saying this in their platform.
Yeah. And you know that lies, the more you hear it over and over again, it becomes truth.
Exactly.
So this is why repudiant, pushback is very important, because they will continue to sell this lie, and some people will buy into it. There's nothing like Igbo Muslim. That is a fact, and at my age now, I've seen it too with my own very eyes. Our forefathers, they rejected it. It's not our way of life. It's in tandem with who we are. Because we are Republican by nature. We don't bow to human being, we bow to God. Only God doesn't Igbo bow to. That's not to say that occasionally you will not see an Igbo person who misbehaves, but generally speaking, in the overall scheme of things, Igbo bow to God alone. Absolutely. If I name another person, somebody will just come and keep you docile and impoverish you and use you to rein in terrorism all over the place. We don't do it. We don't do it. People develop. We believe in human development. We believe in humanity. So this is what why the completely different, So audio, my brother, audio.
It's too loud. But we pray that light prevails. And before light will prevail, it's all men of like minds, all of us. We have to stand up, not just pray, but we have to take action. So these people are in Washington. The Nigerian government has paid so much millions of dollars to lobbyist groups, lobbyists. The other day I played on my wall here a video of some Americans on the street of Americans holding banners that there was no Christian genocide. And when they were being interviewed, they said they don't know anything about Nigeria.
Imagine.
They were being paid to stage such a propaganda. So that is exactly what is happening here. There are lots of lobbyists. Many of these lobbying groups have been paid. Many people in government, especially the likes of Masad Bulus, the special envoy to Africa, have been compromised.
Oh,
And they are
Mazi.
bringing the narrative that
Yeah.
On my appointment with the guy,
Oh.
Masabulu, they called it also no special envoy to Africa.
Yes, on appointment. On appointment.
No wonder. Jesus
On
Christ.
appointment.
Hey, somebody.
On
Okay.
appointment. You know, but if on appointment.
Nika,
there are lots of lobbyists.
Nika question
Many
will
of
me
these-
at the UN. Eh?
Exactly.
Hey, good day.
Very
Good day.
different people in different places, bought over many institutions. That is why the only
Wow.
person that can be able to turn their hand and take away things is Trump, who will not seek your permission.
Yeah.
He's not going
Yeah.
to seek permission from the UN. After doing it, then we'll go and talk in UN. That is just
Exactly.
the best way. That is
Exactly.
just the best way.
Go.
For you to go and seek approval for the Security Council, this one and that one.
He will never come.
Is it China?
Yeah.
All the rubbish they're doing in Nigeria, that will come and help you to approve anything. Once you
China-
present it in the Security Council, China will stand against it.
Exactly. China don't care about any.
Council or United
Yeah.
Nations. They will
Yeah.
veto you.
China-
They will veto you.
Yeah. China only care about money, business. That's all. They don't care. If you slaughter your people, it's on you. They will never speak up. They only speak up for business and for money. So obviously it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. What do you?
lobbying groups have been paid. Many people in government, especially the likes of Masad Bulus, the special envoy to Africa.
The guy is special envoy to Africa. That must
Wow.
Special envoy to Africa. You can imagine.
Yeah. In-law. Is an in-law cowboy, eh?
In-law bought over already.
Hey, God.
You
Hi.
can imagine. The Lebanese. The religion alone have knocked him off.
Yeah.
The easiest to buy. It's just a phone call. They
Yeah.
remit money to his account and he begin to talk rubbish.
Yeah.
Christ.
Cherry.
And they are bringing the narrative that there's no genocide in Nigeria, there's just general insecurity, which has affected, in order to dilute, they say it has affected the Muslims more. But the truth of the matter is that over 1,000 Nigerian communities, Christian communities in the middle belt of Nigeria, in the northwest and northeast of Nigeria, have been obliterated, have been taken over by these jihadists. No
Cherry.
Muslim community has been recorded as such.
Exactly. This point he made is a very great point.
Yeah.
When they continue to make this fact that, if Muslims have been attacked, Christians have been attacked, there
Show
has
me
not
one.
been any single record.
Show me
of
one.
A community of Muslims that have been wiped away and Fulani
Exactly.
taken over.
Oh, exactly. Not even one. Not even one.
Not even one recorded. But there are many Christian communities that have been completely obliterated and Fulani took over and renamed it.
And the Tinubu government, they don't do anything to drive them out and bring back the indigenous or resettle the people in their homeland. It's okay for them to leave them in IDP camps, suffering there for decades now. How is that normal? How is that fair? That shows complicity on the part of the government.
Has been obliterated and taken over. But most Christian communities have been taken over. The people are in the IDP camps. The IDP camps is majorly the Christians in the IDP camps because their communities have been taken from southern Kaduna to Plateau to Nasarawa, southern Nasarawa to Taraba to Benue to the Christian areas of Katsina, Sokoto, Kebbi. So this is what we're facing. The conspiracy against us is thick. I've seen it firsthand. And the message behind that is that we're placed on the edge of a precipice. At any point, we will fall. Because the darkness is loud. The darkness is loud. So much. So the devil is quite strong. The devil is so strong. These devilish jihadists, they permeated everywhere. And look at them. Look at how they made Tinubu found it so difficult to remove these guys in the security architecture of Nigeria.
Can you imagine?
The Minister of State for Defense, Matawale, has been portrayed by some of the worst terrorists in Nigeria, the likes of Bello Tuji, and there are lots. The Gumi has also implicated many of the security chiefs. He has come out to say he was being briefed by security chiefs in their meeting. While holding their meeting, they sent a message to him that he's been targeted, even though he came out to deny. But he has already mentioned the truth.
You see?
And it was the truth. The denial is just an afterthought. After they must have told themselves that, look, he's trying to sell out the plan. So Gumi was telling the whole nation that in a security meeting in Abuja, which is ordinarily a classified meeting, from that meeting, some of the people in that meeting sent him a message.
Imagine.
That he's been targeted for attack.
Imagine.
So you could see that the moles, the Fulani.
In a recent, this is really recent. Gumi, just a few days ago, Gumi came out to say that he's being targeted. Oh, so I thought this is some old. Oh my word, me. What?
Recently now, which one we old? Recently.
Yeah, because oh my God.
And how did Gumi know that he was targeted? Gumi said some of the security chiefs, after the meeting was held, they passed the information to him. Look at what is being planned.
Huh? So the security chief in the Nigerian government, I mean, like, but not like from the US, eh? I mean, or in other words, or maybe
Nigeria government, maybe within the Nigeria government, after the US have made their plan without giving them a date, but they told them, look at the people they want to take out, look at their plans on how they want to go about it.
Okay, yeah, because
so
of course,
and told him that he's been monitored.
Yeah. You see what we've been talking about? Because my
kept
goodness.
on live program and said it that security chief contacted him.
Told him.
And when he realized that he has fucked up, he began to deny that wasn't what he meant. That he didn't mean that.
You see what everybody knows, that this is the problem in Nigeria. You know, the terrorists are practically the ones running the country. So if you are having any intel, either as Israeli, Mossad, or US, whatever, FBI, whatever, any intel you share with them goes directly to the terrorists. Because the people in Nigerian government are just the same as the terrorists themselves. So you see, they leak the information to Gumi. So imagine if America wants to come and fight the terrorists and they share that intelligence with Nigerian government, this is how they will leak it to Gumi, and Gumi will tell his foot soldiers what to do. So you see that this is the Diego, my brother.
Meeting in Abuja, which is ordinarily a classified meeting. From that meeting, some of the people in that meeting sent him a message that he's been targeted for attack. So you could see that the moles there, the Fulani moles, they won't allow this nation move. They won't. We know that the plan they've been having about taking over Nigeria is a plan that has been there for years. And so even with Trump's intervention, it's not going to be easy because they've wielded the plan for so long. They weaved it like, the way you weaved a sweater, for so long. And that is why when they bombed the Lakura camps in Sokoto, the guys have been mourning. And they are changing the narrative to the fight against Islam. These are the same people who are saying terrorism also affected them or affects them.
Yes.
But when they bomb these camps, there's no civilian casualty. When they bomb these camps, they've been mourning, they've been staging protests. Look at the Zaki group. Look at many of these groups. Look at many of these Islamic clerics coming out to say Trump is fighting them. But you see, you're also victims. And they become the camp.
Exactly. So if they are saying that is both sides, that they are killing Christians and Muslims, and so if they are complaining, so why is it that they are going after the same culprit that is killing you, and now you're against it? Why? That don't make sense, right? So if you are saying that there's no Christian genocide because the Muslims are being killed more, so now that America come to dislodge them, why are you crying? Why are you against it? I mean, that's just all indications. You can clearly see that this whole thing is lie. So when you see all these other people like Ruben Abati who continue to maintain till this day that there's no Christian genocide, that is both sides, you can clearly see that they're all in it. So if there was any doubt,
they are all made to push that narrative.
Exactly. So if you are in any doubt that the Ruben Abati and the rest of them, they are all in it, here is your answer. Because why would you go against America for trying to deal with your enemy if you say that they are killing Muslims too? So that doesn't make sense at all. How do you go, my brother?
Killing many of them, and you are coming out to protest. So you could see the plan is so thick. We're just in for a very long thing. The plan has been on for years, if not centuries. Of course, starting from Odmandan Fodio. It's been on. And so to dismantle this is going to really take time. We need prayers. We need President Trump to understand that the narrative these people are selling is a wrong narrative. And we're trying our best to sell the right narrative. We, the victims, we, the survivors of this genocide. At the end of the day, we believe that light will triumph because darkness can never comprehend.
Amen.
Light.
Amen.
That was wonderful. The guy is really doing
Here we go again.
Doing a good job, and he has been doing this over and over and over again. And that's what we expect every other Biafran in the United States.
100%. Especially
doing. Do your own. This one is just an individual. Look at how far he's going, bringing updates and doing things that you can see in line with what is going on.
Yeah.
Look at all his brokers, go to his platform, everything he said, in line with what's going on, not propaganda, not blackmail, not attacking each other, not coming to say things that are not evilly found, making plans that don't help anybody.
Yeah.
Move to the point where the issue, every one of us know what the narrative is today. The eye of the world is in Nigeria. And I said it from day one, that this Christian genocide has everything to do with the Biafran people.
Yeah.
In as much as they decided to choose to use that name, because they can't just come directly and say, oh, genocide against Biafrans. They will not.
Yeah.
They decided to choose a word that is suitable. And let me tell you, everybody on Nigeria, that is a Nigerian, knows that once you mention Christianity, the only thing that comes to the mind of a Fulani man is Igbo.
Igbo, 100%. 100%.
Even to a Yoruba man, any person in Nigeria, once you mention Christianity, the only tribe that comes to their mind is Igbo.
Yeah. And that is why they are fighting to penetrate, to infiltrate.
Exactly. Igbos are the only tribe that if there is a war now, say there is a fight between Christian and Muslim, it is only an Igbo man that you will see. You will not ask him, are you a Christian or a Muslim?
Yeah.
You don't need to question him.
100%.
But if there is a fight between a Muslim and Christian, and you see a Yoruba man, you can hold on and ask him if he's a Christian or a Muslim, because you don't have it.
Yeah. True.
But apart from that, anybody that is a Biafran, if there is a clash between Christian and Muslim, they don't need to ask you where you belong.
Yeah.
That is why this lie of Igbo Muslim community is a blatant lie from the pit of hell. Likewise, the Muslim Fulani Christians, a lie from the pit of hell that everybody, one of us must continue to speak up about, because it is a propaganda targeted at watering down the situation in Nigeria. The plan is to confuse the international community on what is happening in Nigeria. That's the plan.
Even that Fulani Christian thing, I am not ready to take that risk. I can't trust it. I just cannot.
It is a lie. Fulani Christian is a lie. It doesn't exist anywhere.
Yeah, knowing what I know, seeing what I've seen, I cannot trust it, because they will go to any length to achieve their deception. That is what they are known for. That is how they conquer the Hausas, that we are the same. We are Muslim, we are this, we are that. That's how they conquer Yoruba land, Kwara. So you cannot, we cannot we can't continue to fall for the same lie. No. Fulani Christian, I don't buy it one bit. Good luck with that. Good luck to you with that, but I will never fall for that, because we've seen it all. They will do anything. The lie doesn't mean nothing to them. You are, after all, infidel. So they are rewarded when they lie and deceive you and conquer you. Odiego, my brother.
It is so sad. I don't know why people pay attention to that. I saw another video that was made by one lady, one Igbo lady, on this. Igbo Muslim propaganda. Let's listen to her, what she had to say on that video.
Okay.
Igbos are non-Muslims is rooted in Igbo culture and worldview that says that an Igbo man does not bow to any man, creature, or beast except his chief. The Igbo people do not bow their lives, conscience, or destiny to any man, creature, or force. An Igbo person submits only to his chief, that is his personal God, through the heart, the soul, and personal conviction. We revere Chukwu Okike Abiama, the creator of all things. Those of us who are Christians worship the God of the Bible. But even then, our worship is based on faith, understanding, and personal choice, not compulsion. It is not. In Igbo land, worship is never about forced physical submission. With all due respect, bowing to the sun, moon, or any created object do not align with the Igbo spiritual mindset. That is why many Igbos find it difficult to accept religions that places strong emphasis on physical prostration as a central act of faith. This is also why people often label Igbos as arrogant or stubborn. But the truth is that Igbo culture is built on dignity, equality, and self-respect. In traditional Igbo society, no man is created to be a slave. We do not bow to kings, deities, or powerful figures as a sign of submission. We are kings ourselves, and thus kings do not bow to other kings.
No.
See, ukwu akwa lolo, anaghị eke ya ụzọ abụọ. Ukwu akwa lolo, anaghị eke ya ụzọ abụọ. We are kings. The philosophy that the Igbos don't bow to anyone does not mean that Igbos cannot kneel or bow physically. Of course, Igbos kneel to greet elders, show respect, or honor positions of authority. That kind of bowing does not reduce anyone's worth. It simply shows respect for an office or age. What the statement truly means is that the Igbo man is not subservient. He does not worship human beings. He does not accept oppression, intimidation, or blind obedience. He thinks for himself. He questions authority. He does not follow anyone like a sheep, especially when injustice or abuse is involved. An average Igbo man do not have heads mentality. No, we don't. Yeah. This mindset comes from the Igbo system of life, which is decentralized and egalitarian. There is no singular supreme ruler in Igbo land that everyone must bow to without questions. Power is shared, leadership is discussed, community matters are debated. Every adult has a voice. There is even an Igbo proverb that says, if an oracle misbehaves, we remind it of the wood it was carved from. This means that even spiritual authority is not above accountability. Instead of kneeling to gods, traditional Igbo worship is done standing or sitting, holding the ofo, symbolizing truth, justice, and moral authority. The belief is that humans live on earth to work, reason, build, and dominate their space, not to live in fear. Now, when you compare this worldview with religions like Islam, that require strict physical submission multiple times a day, facing a particular direction, you begin to understand why such belief systems clash with Igbo culture. It is not hatred, it is incompatibility. This same spirit of refusal to bow unjustly can be seen in history. In the Bible, Mordecai refused to bow to Haman, and that refusal led to persecution against Jews. The issue was not pride, it was conscience and principle. In the same way, Igbos have often faced hostility because they refuse to surrender their dignity, identity, and freedom of belief. So when people ask, why is it difficult to convert Igbos to Islam? The answer is simple. The Igbo worldview values freedom, equality, personal conviction, and dignity. Any system, religious or political, that appears to threaten those values will naturally face resistance. This is not about disrespecting any religion. It is about understanding culture. The Igbo person believes in God, but also believes that no human being was created to kneel in fear or surrender their mind to another. That belief is deeply rooted, and it explains both the strength and the struggles of the Igbo people in Nigeria. Don't forget to register for our Igbo class. If you don't know how to speak Igbo or your kids don't know how to speak Igbo, rush now and register. And our content creation.
Choose.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
So, having listened to this, the world can clearly see why we don't have that commonality with these people,
Yes.
the incompatibility, and the world can clearly see the atrociousness of what the British did with the creation and forcefulness, the forcing of our people into this entity called Nigeria. That is one of the worst things that could have ever happened. Arguably the worst they have ever done, because we are so different, completely polar opposite. How does that work? You force us forcefully to be in a country with these people who believe otherwise, who everything they believe in is very opposite. I saw a video, was it 2 days ago, on Arise TV. You know what happened? Massachusetts, can you hear me? Huh?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah. This woman, a Yoruba woman, in one of the states, I can't remember exactly whether it's Kwara or whatever, she's a traditionalist, right?
Yeah.
Peaceful traditionalist who goes about her business. And some of these Fulanis, the Islamists, whatever.
Yeah, they went and bought her house.
Oh, you've seen it, eh?
Yeah, I saw the video, yeah.
Massive building, they completely destroyed this building. So you see the resultant effect of this demonic creation you call Nigeria. Have you seen that? What you have caused with this wicked entity you force people into. This woman, Tamiel now, they were calling for justice for her at Arise, so that they should arrest the people. Where, how? When the full caliphate are the one in charge, and who is going to rebuild the house? This house is a massive house. All that is gone now. So you discover that this is why people should be able to speak the truth, but these people don't believe in truth. There's no humanity in them. How do you live in one country with people who will tell you that your own ancestral tradition and culture is taboo, and they try to shove it down your throat? That is recipe for perpetual chaos and disaster. So the solution is, at the end of the day, they're gonna have to live on their own. They just have to live. This green land we're talking about. Less than 100,000 people, right? Less than 100,000. So many countries who are 1 million, some 2 million. So why this evil experimentation that has brought nothing but misery, sorrow, and destruction to the people in the country? That is to tell you the level. That brother from Middlebelt, he was talking about darkness, how dark the world is. This is it for you. This is
Very
it.
dark.
The fact that the Finland and all, the fact that Finland and all these countries, they will be supporting such wickedness, such darkness, it tells you everything you need to know. But at the end, he summed this up with the fact that light will overcome. Light will definitely overcome, and they will be destroyed. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. You just said it. It is sad. Just like the woman you are talking about, that can only happen in a failed state.
Yeah.
How can you, in a country that you said is a secular state, that people have the right to practice their religion and do whatever they want, some group of people just rise up to go and destroy the poor woman's house, burnt the house down, and nothing was done? You're only waiting for people now to begin to protest and campaign and say, go and arrest them and go and arrest them. You can imagine. Yeah. You can imagine. Nothing is done in a place where there is a government, in a secular state. An innocent woman was attacked, her property burned for no reason. And the people that committed that crime are known.
Yeah, they walk free.
She knows them.
Yeah.
None of them was arrested.
Nothing. Just like Deborah, see today.
Just like Deborah case.
Yeah.
And somebody will still come and say there is no attack. When they come, they say, oh, there's no attack. It's not just Christian. Okay. When we talk about this Christian issue, some of them, even some traditional religions, they feel it doesn't concern them.
Yeah.
It's just like when we are talking about Biafra issue. Some people feel, oh, it's only Biafra people they are attacking. It doesn't concern them. We are not interested in this division. Why are you talking about division?
It will.
A traditionalist. She's not even a Christian.
Yeah. So you see, that it's a rain that will fall on everybody in that country.
On everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to fall on everybody.
It's been happening to us as Biafrans, as Igbo. They all sat and watched. But you know this saying, if you applaud a monster eating up others, one day you will end up at the dinner table of that same monster. That is what is happening today. Because over the decades, we've been at the receiving end. Millions and millions of Biafrans, they feel like, concerned, no, Igbo, they want freedom, they want independence, they want it. But now, that same monster they applauded for is eating up everybody. So that is what happened. It's a lesson. It's a lesson for everybody to learn.
This Christian genocide we are talking about in the north today, that people are talking about, this is a genocide that has been ongoing in the northern part of Nigeria. And in those days, it was attack against the Igbos in the north.
Mainly,
Anytime there is any protest in the south, in the west,
they massacre us.
Igbos that are living in the north, massacre and kill them.
Yeah.
In one of these testimony, one of the pastors, I think Matthew Shimolowo.
Yeah.
Matthew confessed in his confession. He said this genocide started with Igbo genocide.
Okay.
That before his own very eyes, when they were living in the north, that whenever something happened, that they attack the Igbos and they massacre them, destroy their properties.
Yeah.
They do it and nobody cares. Nobody, there's no sorry, nobody.
No outcry. No outcry, nothing.
No outcry. They have done it. The population of the Igbos, many of them have realized and they're going back home.
Yeah.
And they have not seen that one they did against the Igbos is no longer having effect. And the government they now include all those who call themselves Christians in the north.
Yeah.
But the original people they know to be Christians are the Igbos. That is why anytime you hear Christian in Nigeria, to a Fulani man,
it's Igbo. It's Igbo. And that is because you remember all these there's one cartoonist in France back then who drew Mohammed. They start massacring Igbo. When Trump won the first term, Igbo bear the brunt. In Danish, a cartoonist. So this was going on. It has always been Igbo. When you hear Christian genocide, it's always about the Igbos. That's a fact. And as all these things were going, some recalcitrant Yorubas, not all, but some of them, what they will do, they will go on YouTube, go everywhere to tell you that Igbo people are the Igbo people are that. But now that monster they fed is eating up everybody. So it's exactly.
The monster you are feeding is going to swallow you.
Yeah, that is it. It's a Yoruba woman now, a traditionalist. She was crying. I saw that video. She was crying, begging everybody to come and help her. That she can't do nothing. So,
imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine. But when you are talking here, they will say, "Oh, these Igbo people, they are too domineering."
Yeah.
Only Igbo. You are talking every time Igbo, every time Biafra. Are you the only one?
Yeah.
And now we are talking less. They are now the one crying and shouting. And this is just the beginning. It's so sad. Let us go to some of the information they have in the media and see what they have there. This one says January 6th insurrection was attempted coup by Trump to overturn 2020 election. Pelosi says on 5th anniversary. This Pelosi, I'm expecting her to go to jail. I don't know what Trump. That woman is an evil woman. This Pelosi,
100%, 100%.
Devil incarnate.
On the Obama.
Yes, these are the satanic agents that they want to use to destroy the world.
100%, 100%.
Pastor Chris Okafor raped, impregnated me at 15, then sexually assaulted our child years later. Ex-church member accuses Lagos-based cleric. They won't kill this man by all means.
Yes.
Only Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria, in a place where there is no system to checkmate what people do. There is no system to put on check what people do, even your qualification to even open a place and call it a church. All this
Obodo Ekwensu, my dear brother, only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria.
In a warehouse. You see some people after graduation in university, they will take their diplomat or master's degree or professorship, they go and open a church and begin to do their motivational speech in the church. The there is no Khan themselves is the worst. Khan is even the worst. Khan that is supposed to be checkmating them is the worst.
Of course.
And all these things are happening because of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Anything that carries that title, Nigeria can never succeed or survive. It will always be fraudulent. One people. Lagos Airport Police arrest suspected international romance fraudster over alleged $1 billion US scam. Nonsense. That is what the scammers that are there in your sitting with you there in Nigeria. How many of them have you arrested?
Yeah.
How many of them have you arrested? There are still trillions who have stolen billions of dollars. How many of them are in your net? Mad people. Mad people everywhere. Venezuela, US hold talk on resuming Venezuelan crude exports to American refineries. With no greener. Nigerian scholars abandoned in Morocco lament hardship, hunger, unpaid rent. That is it. I saw the video that was posted by this guy, very dark man. These are people they took, students, they gave scholarship to Morocco.
Okay.
Almost all of them, their landlord drove them for the house. They can't pay house rent. They can't even pay for their school tuition.
Okay.
And they are not allowed to work.
Yeah.
Some of them have died. I think one of them have died. The other one is injured on his leg, no treatment. One they have to operate that one, and instead of even helping, the embassy have to borrow. They borrowed her. They said they borrowed her $1,000 for the operation. Borrowed. A student on scholarship.
Yeah.
It's a pity. ADC forced Tinubu diplomatic silence on Venezuela, says Nigeria has lost global voice. I never see anything. Family counter Edo police on rescuing abducted twin. Confirmed payment of ransom.
Yeah.
That is how they claim. After people pay ransom, they will come and tell you they have rescued.
Yeah.
And this is just an example of it. When they tell you they rescued student, they pay ransom.
Yeah.
They pay ransom. Just like those students they say they rescued, those church members, the government paid ransom. The government paid the bandit before they release those people.
Only in the zoo called Nigeria.
Only in the zoo.
Where
every time.
Yeah, kidnapping of people has become the order of the day. And joblessness, students and people, different people, they join the bandwagon because you say a way of survival now, the government is a collapsed entity. Why are they deceiving themselves? It's collapsed. It's not viable. It's just not workable. Let them do the right thing so that people, tell me anywhere in North Africa where you hear this constant kidnapping. In Southwest, in the North, in South, it's everywhere kidnapping. Tell me anywhere, except maybe moving forward, they will copycat it, learning from Nigeria in other places. Who knows? Maybe after some time, it might start in other places. But it has now started in Nigeria, this kidnapping of people. And because the government does not have a hand, it does not, it's not in charge, more or less. The terrorists are in charge of Nigeria, you know. So it's a wide west. That is what is going on, you know. You're on your own. Survival of it's crazy. And like I said much earlier, these things it's gonna get worse before it get better. They think that if maybe for them, okay, using P2B. Maybe this ABC in their quest to continue to make sure that no region, no part in Nigeria breaks away, they might want to bring in Peter Obi for the president in 2027. That is this ADC. But we shall see how that is going to work out for them. We shall see. What do you?
They will definitely fail. Mad people everywhere. This is a country that will never survive. After family have paid ransom, you come and claim, oh, we rescue them. Rescue indeed. Lawyer Adeyonju slammed former AGF Malami, says he flouted several court orders while in office.
Yeah?
Yeah, he flouted order. Today is his turn now.
Okay.
He's crying. Is he not the one that went and kidnapped Mazen Nandekano?
Exactly.
Kenya?
Yeah.
Kidnapped Mazen Nandekano. On arrival, he broadcast the kidnap with Hausa.
Yeah.
To tell his Fulani people that they have achieved their aim and they celebrated.
Yeah.
They popped champagne for kidnapping Mazen Nandekano. And denied him every right.
Mm-hmm.
Till today.
And the level of hypocrisy that reigns supreme in Nigeria is out of this world. The kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu is against every known law to human being, all over the world. But I hear the Rufai Hosseini and some of them are on a rise saying that what Trump did with Maduro is against the law, against international law, right? But Nnamdi Kanu's case was worst because Maduro was tried for drug offense and a bounty was placed on his head in the US. 25 million was placed on him because of the drug-related issue. I don't know. I don't know have the full details, but these are the things I know personally that they said about him, and other things he's trying to do at the hemisphere of United States, at their backyard, trying to prompt up the enemies of United States. So you see that they will never accept it. That is like bringing fire into your neighborhood. So these are
terrorism in their neighborhood.
Bringing Hamas. Okay, so you have invited all this trouble upon yourself. But so all this Rufai, they say that, but they will not see the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu as a crime, and they will not talk about it. And the court has made it very clear that they don't have jurisdiction to try Nnamdi Kanu. In any court in Nigeria.
5 good times he won in 3 international courts, 3 local courts, and 2 international courts.
Yeah, but they will not say it because they are evil bunch of people. We see when Ruben Abati was arguing it with that lawyer. You remember telling him when the lawyer was, So you see, these are the type of people we have to deal with in this evil entity called Nigeria. Oh, Diego, my brother.
They choose what to support. Idiots. Atiku insists on presidential ambition under
okay.
Only step down.
Okay. Yeah.
We did here.
Yeah.
Ghost vulture of Bauchi Government House varsity. Holy key medals. Mad people, go and sit down. I don't know about it. UK police charged teenager with murder following fatal stabbing of Nigerian man in London. If you check now, the person that did this stabbing must be a Muslim.
Yeah.
They are the one that are known for that. Lawyer Enebehi demands justice as trigger happy soldier killed 13-year-old boy in Akwa Ibom. Imagine. 13 years old boy.
Yeah.
What had the boy done? Nothing. A trigger happy.
Yeah.
Whatever. Soldier. Open fire on 13 years old boy. What kind of a threat 13 years old boy posed that you will open fire on him?
Yeah.
What kind of threat? Yeah. Nigeria is not the US where you say everybody have gun.
Yeah.
What kind of a threat with that boy posed that you open fire on him, 13 years old boy? What have mercy. Ondo Judiciary shut down Governor Ayeda Tiwa, accused of poor welfare as Josun joins strike. One people. Family raises alarm over reported detention of Zaria Islamic scholar Sheikh Khalifa for weeks. Shiite people, Shia people, Zaria, they are the Zaki group.
Yes.
Zaki group. very. Now people when they say they are peaceful. Everything
Yeah.
about it is trouble, fight.
Yeah.
Night duty as a death sentence for female workers in Nigeria by Frank Kete. From this one. Court grants 500 million bail to former Attorney General Malami, wife and son. 500 million. They go pay now. They get money now.
Of course.
500 million na money. That one no be money. Ekiti governorship election protest erupt over exclusion of PDP candidate Oled. Now go continue on a madness. We know there for that one. The 10 Nigerian police inspectors still paid salary in cell as panel acquit 10 officers. Everything is possible in Nigeria. Nigerian Army filed armed robbery operation, arrest suspects on Abuja Kaduna Highway. You can foil armed robber suspects where terrorists, the main terrorists that are taking life every day, they are succeeding in their own operation and taking life without any intervention. Nigerian police rescues 76 children during kidnapping plot. Arrest 3 suspects in Kaduna. That's when they want to promote themselves as if they are doing something. They come online.
Yes.
They will not show you the picture. They will not show you the video. They will not tell you where and how the information came about.
Lie.
What
Propaganda.
Wike by Pelumi. The end of Wike is death. Now we know now. Not kind of costume already. He's going to die.
Yes, he go repeat it. So
it's gone already. US imposes $15,000 visa bond on Nigerians. Others applying for business tourist visas. Everybody stay in country, Sean. Everybody stay in country.
Yeah.
Nursing mother infant abducts in Ondo as police launch manhunt. Every blessed day, abduction is happening. This one at 36 minutes ago.
Okay.
Some few minutes ago, nursing mother infant abducted in Ondo as police launch. You see, that's like, just like what we are saying. The monster they have fed for a very long time is now very, very grown, active in their land.
Exactly.
And yet, you see some of them, they come online. Their problem is Biafra people.
Yeah.
Even when their area is hotter than anything. The only people that can survive every situation and still stand are the Igbos.
Yeah.
No matter what you throw at them, your envy, your jealousy, your greed, your evil, they still stand and succeed.
Because we've seen millions, thousand is nothing. Yeah?
Of course.
They starved us, complete starved with hunger.
With nothing.
Yeah, with the British collaboration, and at the end gave our people only 20 pounds, regardless of how much millions you have. So we survived it. We've seen it all.
It is sad that they don't want to learn. I have said it, that we are speaking here and talking every day. It's not that we are the ones that are very vulnerable. We have learned to go through it all and succeed it. We have learned to maneuver it. Even if there is another war or whatever happens in Nigeria, with the war that the Islamic jihadists are bringing, we will still survive it.
Yeah.
The people I pity are those who have never faced it. They have never seen it. They have never survived it. Even the war they are talking, the war is already going on in our land.
Of course.
It's already going on in our land almost every day. Every day they are taking our people, they are killing innocent people on a daily basis, and nobody said anything. So there is nothing that will happen today that will be new, that will say, oh, this one, we have never seen this type before. No, we have seen it all. We have seen it all. And by the grace of Chukwu Okike, we will survive it all.
Yes, sir.
The only thing we are saying today is that everybody should add their voice and speak against this new narrative that they are creating. This new narrative. You know, there's another one again I saw where they were talking about the Fulani Yoruba Fulanis. There is one I saw. One video I saw. Those one they were talking about Yoruba Fulani. They are Yoruba Fulanis.
Yeah.
Those who are claiming to be Yoruba Fulanis. Indigenous. They're Yoruba Fulanis. So they are just trying, these people are trying by all means to mix everything up, to confuse everybody. Because in the north, in the outside case, Hausa Fulani. Today, finally, they have discarded Hausa completely. They discard Hausa, take
completely. Completely. They decimated the Hausas. So
decimated them completely.
So that is their priority, more or less a priority now. That is the challenge that they faces now because they have brought them into the country. We know about that. In fact, they told us they flooded them into the country. Now they have the challenge of integrating them, settling them in various regions in the whole country, and then continue to push with their agenda of Islamization and Fulanization. That is what is going on. That is what is going on. And while all this was going on, when they were planning it, the leaders, the various political groups, they just, for whatever reason, they overlooked it. And now it's eating up everybody. So that is the situation. How do you agree?
And they have to face it.
Yeah.
They have to face it. There is no two ways about it. They have to face it. Everybody has to be ready to face the outcome. And for us, the Biafrans, we must continue to reject this narrative of Igbo Muslim community. There is nothing that is called Igbo Muslim community. It doesn't exist.
Nothing.
It doesn't exist. Even the Fulani Christian community, it doesn't exist anyway.
Yeah.
All these things are just propaganda and lies from the pit of hell. And we must not accept it. Nigeria is a corrupt, very, very corrupt entity.
Yeah.
Fantastically corrupt, trained and sponsored by the British. They were taught how to be corrupt from the time of amalgamation, from the origin.
Yeah.
A country established on corruption. I don't know how you want to make it well. That is why we are asking for the disintegration. Everybody go their separate ways. There's one video I saw again where you see how evil Nigeria is. Where police people were demanding for bribe of 50,000 for somebody who was using a tinted glasses. Meanwhile, there is a court order to stop that tinted glasses, whatever, allow people to use their tinted glasses. But they continue to collect bribe on people. This one was captured on video where he was taking the bribe. And he denied it. Even the police came and defended the man, the police themselves. They defended the people that they did not ask for bribe.
Okay.
And we play that video. You will hear in that video, and you will see when the policeman himself was telling him, so you want me to leave you free? You must pay one. That one alone should tell you that this guy asked for bribe. And the police, we are defending the police person that didn't ask for bribe. Let's watch the video before we round up.
Anambra State, where we have a new video trending online that shows a driver at a checkpoint said to be in Awka South local government area. Now, in this video, the driver explains that even after having all of his car documents in order, police officers demand that he presents a tinted glass permit. Keep in mind, the Nigeria Police Force put this tinted glass permit case on hold after court orders stopped the move, but the officers still demand that the driver pays 50,000 naira on the spot. Let's watch.
Ha kwuru okwu tinted permit. And to people tinted permit, they do it in this thing. Okay, no problem. It's they tell me 50,000. How is 50,000? Who tell you? You tell me 50,000, sir. Yes, you tell me 50,000. Man, sir, I didn't dare go. You tell me 50,000, but tomorrow I know get the money. You tell me 50,000, sir. Me? Yes, now. I'll back your way home. I will not leave you.
Did you hear that guy, what one of them say? He said, oh no, 150,000 and we for money. I will not leave you free. You must pay something. But I want you to, let us watch it completely. You will see where the police commissioner was defending the man.
You tell me 50,000, sir. Me? Yes, now. I'll back your way home. I will not leave you. I just call Yes. I just call you. Tell the whole world. Let me hold you. Look at this man. I'm not afraid of you or whoever that you are calling of. I'm not afraid.
Now, in a post on X, the Anambra State Police responded to this video with the public relations officer Tochukwu Ikenga saying, I have carefully studied this video, and I didn't see anywhere the officer demanded any money from you. But
Look
from
at that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, bold-faced lie.
Hey,
close observation, it shows that you're on a call while recording the officers before the exclamation that he is demanding 50,000. In a second post, the police also said, "Let us reiterate that our personnel, especially those on stop and search, are briefed on issues of tinted permits and cannot do otherwise. As of this video you shared, it is contrary to your claim." So that's the response from the Anambra State Police. I mean, Rufai, we've talked about this tinted glass permit story for a while now. We know it's on.
You can imagine, my brother Christian, this video that we watched that was played now. Didn't you hear that man demanding for money?
Yes, everybody.
But do you see their PRO or whatever they call him, police commissioner PRO or whatever they call him,
Defending it.
defending it?
Yeah.
That in the video, he didn't see when the policeman demanded 50,000.
Yeah. Bold-faced lie.
You can imagine.
Well, that tells you everything. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria.
Only
Because
in Nigeria was something happening.
because you know what happened. Obodo Ekwensu. You see all these guys they put there, they call checkpoint, whatever. They are put there to make money. Nothing more. Nothing more. Bring return to the big guys in the office, because you know what? They pay them peanut. Maybe less than 50 pounds they pay them a month that cannot buy a bag of rice. So they give them, go and put them at the checkpoint to go and make money, and bring returns. That's what it's all about. Simple. That is what it's all about. The criminalities are happening in the bushes where the Fulani have surrendered almost all the bushes. That is where they ought to know and fight crime, but they will not. They'll come on the street and just mark a checkpoint. At the end of the day, they make hundreds of thousands of naira. That is what it's all about, bro. Simple.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
Video with the public relations officer Tochukwu Ikenga saying, "I have carefully studied this video and I didn't see anywhere the officer demanded any money from you. But from a close observation, it shows that you're on a call while recording the officers before the..."
You tell me 50,000, sir. Me. Yeah. There you go. You tell me 50,000, but tomorrow I not get the money. You tell me 50,000, sir. Me. Yes, now. I'll back your way home. I will not leave you. I just call you. Yes. I just call you. Tell the whole world. Let me hold you. Look at this man. I'm not afraid of you or whoever that you are calling of. I'm not afraid.
Now, in a post on X, the Anambra State Police responded to this video with the public relations officer Tochukwu Ikenga saying, "I have carefully studied this video and I didn't see anywhere the officer demanded any money from you. But from a close observation, it shows that you're on a call while recording the officers before the exclamation that he is demanding 50,000. In a second post, the police also said, "Let us reiterate that our personnel, especially those on stop and search, are briefed on issues of tinted permits and cannot do otherwise. As of this video you shared, it is contrary to your claim." So that's the response from the Anambra State Police. I mean, Rufai, we've talked about this tinted glass permit story for a while now. We know it's on pause, but in that video, we saw what we saw.
No, so what does the Anambra
We saw what we saw.
Command spokesperson think we are?
That is the thing. Even them in that studio, they are scared. They can't even say the truth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look at how she said, "We saw what we saw." What did you see?
Yeah. Okay. The commissioner.
What you saw.
Yeah, the Anambra commissioner is defending his fellow criminals because they bring return.
Something that was actual. Maybe this girl might be an Igbo person. You heard him speaking Igbo language.
Yeah, so
what will you do?
And the guy Bukonyi Igbo, I'm sure this is very good. So when she say we saw what we saw, it could be that of course we saw what we saw. You cannot unsee what you've seen. Now she knows that they are involved in corruption and bribery, and it also shows that there's no law in the land because the law has completely outlawed with this tinted glass that you are free to use it, right? But the other man is saying to him, "You want me to leave you free? That you have to pay." Why will you not leave him free? What crime has he committed? So you want me to pay you for a crime that I did not commit? That is what it is.
Is that statement not indicting? That statement alone is enough to arrest that policeman. That you can't leave him free. Someone that didn't commit any crime. You want to collect and stop him.
I think that this girl, maybe when she said we saw what we saw, she's trying to say that, yeah, we saw them engaging in corruption, so, but I don't know what Rufai or whoever is there is going to respond. But
fools in this country. So the man would just be saying tinted permit 50,000 if they didn't ask it from him. So he will just orchestrate the scene. And they will be going back and forth about 50,000. But if he thinks he's smart and we are fools, let's engage in this foolishness. Do you know that a court in Warri had first ruled that the tinted permit thing should be stopped? The police stopped it. Afterwards, they brought it back, trying to lie and ignore the fact that the court had talked about it before. When they brought it back, then the Nigerian Bar Association wrote about it. When they wrote about it, then another person took the case again to court. When the court now ruled again the second time, they now stopped it. So the Nigerian police are trying to play smart with us in the first place. It took another person going to court again, an MBA writing, before them to accept it. And because I followed the trajectory of the story. Anyway, the truth is, institutions of government must learn to respect authority. I mean, learn to respect the authority of the court.
In the zoo.
But you see, what we have in this country is not a respect for the three arms of government. See, the kind of democracy we run, if Montesquieu was alive, Montesquieu will cry blood. Because the separation of powers Montesquieu talked about,
1774.
Nigeria is the total deviation of the ideology of Montesquieu. You will see in this same country where courts will talk about contempt
and after
the police or
after the same guy for a month go tell you say that Nigeria is a superpower. Nigeria, he said, Rufai said that he's optimistic that Nigeria is these are mad people. A country that is run by this abnormality. How is that going to happen? There's no law. Nobody respects the law in Nigeria. The Tinubu said that they should stop open grazing. They are still doing it. Tinubu said that VIP should stop. They are still doing it. So it's a flagrant. Oh my!
Listen to the courts. So we live in a very funny land, and that's why the rule of law is created in this country. And if we don't do this, we can't build a strong country. So the man that thinks we are all fools, I've also given an empirical analysis. He can reply to this, that the first time they went to court and the police rested on the tinted ban, didn't after some months they come back to say that court order does not hold them and they want to start again until another person went to court the second time.
Right. Such an interesting story. We've been following the tinted.
You see, my brother Christian, how you will know that these people are idiots? There is no even need dragging with this guy on what he's saying. Why would he say, do you think I will leave you free?
Yeah.
Why would a policeman make such a statement? Somebody that is innocent. Then he's asking him, do you think I will leave you free without paying anything?
Imagine.
Brazenly saying it openly, even when he knows he record, he said, call anybody you want to call.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
you see the level of lawlessness.
Yeah, that is everything you need. That is Nigeria. It's a lawless country. You won't leave the man free, even when he's an innocent man. You want him to pay for what? The question should be, so you want me to pay you for what? I've not broken any law. Why are you trying to convict me? It's incredible.
For being alive, for not being shot now, because they would have even shot him and attacked him IPOB.
Because also they have that safe entitlement that they are police, they carry gun, they are posted to go and make money. So when they hold you, whether you do anything wrong or right or whatever, you must pay money. They will not leave you for free. You have to pay. So that is the norm in Nigeria. and is not going to change. Nobody is going to change. If anybody think that he or she is going to, as long as this whole foundation remains, these evil foundations, because, when the foundation is destroyed, there's nothing any righteous person can do. And that is a typical case, of Nigeria. The foundation is destroyed. There's no righteous man that can fix Nigeria. If you don't believe me, wait and see what is going to happen. Odegu.
Thank you so much, my brother. And that brings us to the end of the program today. By grace of God, we will come again. Your network was so excellent today. You really
amazing.
Your network no trouble us at all.
Amazing. I thank God.
Really amazing. There was no bridge at all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother, for your amazing contribution and support on the program. And thank you so much. May Chukwu continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you, and also bless you more and more.
Amen. Udo.
For all those that are watching us, wherever you are watching from in any part of the world, I thank you all for being with us. My beloved brother Christian, give us your closing remark as we round up on the program.
Thank you so much, my brother Christian. Udo delege Chineke gbaa ume. If we so much appreciate it. And for every Biafran home and abroad, we are all involved in it. Ojukwu said, because I'm involved, we are all in it. For our generation unborn, we cannot sit on the fence. We cannot be an armchair lookers while, we just have to continue to do one way or the other, because at the end of the day, if we don't do it, nobody's going to do it for us. We already know that onye ndiro buruburu, so on a change, so you see that that's why I'm very grateful for what you do. We must continue to find time whenever we have it to continue on this journey, on this awareness. Every Biafra, regardless who you follow, what you believe, at the end of the day, is one goal we have. That is the survival of our place and to maintain what our forefathers are left in our hand. We cannot. So thank you so much, and God bless, and we bless our God will continue to sustain them, and they will be with us by the grace of Chukwu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this program today. People who were patient with us from beginning to the end. We'll be here almost 3 good hours, and I thank you all for your patience. Thank you for sharing. If you have not yet shared the program, please help us to share. When you share, you are also doing your own part. When we do the speaking, you do the sharing, getting the information out there. You know that they are attacking our platform. They want to make sure that they keep us small. They know the strength of the word we are bringing out. They know the strength of the information we are passing, and they try as much as they can to make us small. So the only way we can overcome this very attack is by you helping us to massively share the information. Share on your platform, on your X handle, share it on your WhatsApp groups, share it on your YouTube, on your Facebook, any social media network you are, share it so that others can get this information. More especially people of the world who they are trying to change the narrative. We are Christians and traditionalists in Igbo land. We are not Muslims. Likewise, the Fulanis, they are Muslims and nomadic. They are not Christians. So this lie they are peddling everywhere doesn't hold water. It is just to create confusion so that the tension in Nigeria will reduce, and we will not allow that to happen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being with us. See you again later in the evening or tomorrow by the special grace of God. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Bye-bye, everybody. Stay blessed.
Language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful.
When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
I see no